Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Zilla Show with your host Godzillanator, or welcome back to the Zilla Beard Show with your host Godzillanator, or maybe he means welcome back to the Zillow Show with your host Zilla Beard. You know, because I got a beard, or welcome back to the Quench Thirst Show with your host Godzillanator, or last but not least, welcome back to the Happy Show with your host, Godzillanator. Yeah? I don't know. I mean, some of them are kind of catchy, guys. They're kind of catchy. There's a lot in here, and they're pretty funny. But we haven't done this in a while. Actually, I don't think I've ever done this. Just went through the comments. I usually screenshot the comments and then pull them up one by one. But we're gonna take a gander through here. Mikey Alexander. He's got a cheesy name, he says, for the show. Kingadorinator. Welcome back to the Kingadorinator show, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. I'm not too crazy about that one. Okay, some things in here. This guy, he thought Rogue's passive and Captain Marvel's passive are gold mines. Yes, I totally agree. Okay. Let's rip through here. Another tip is to charge up your skill before moving to the next stage. Can you do that? The time stops once you clear the area? I did not know that. Oh, and yeah, by the way, in the dispatch video that I just did, and I showed the clear, but it like didn't clear it. I noticed that there was people pointed out that there was an arrow pointing to like another mob. Why they didn't come and I don't know. I guess maybe I was too far and they didn't come to where I was attacking. Had they done that, they would have totally been done by that time. So that's kind of it's kind of a glitch and kind of annoying. So like I said, if I didn't clear that before and that happened to me, I would have been thoroughly upset. Okay, so I said that I think Rogue's passive is probably the best in the game, or at least one of the best. And Space Dandy says White Foxes with her latest costume, her latest uniform, is probably the best passive in the game. It's definitely a really good passive, but I still think Rogue's I don't know, just because that passive can apply to other characters maybe, but talking about passives that only apply to that character, I think Rogue's is probably the best. Null's is really good, obviously, but I don't know. I'm still on Rogue's. Miss Rose says congrats on 7K. Well, thank you, Rose. And what else do we have? Oh yeah. So some people are saying that they can't get in the Discord. Oh yeah, Andrew C says, anyone having trouble trying to get in the Discord? I mean, all I'm doing is I'm copying the link that never expires, right? Pulling it up, copying it, and then throwing it up. I've been using the same one. I've kind of been copy pasting the video details from previous videos and throwing it in there. So I don't think it changes though. But let me know if you're not a part of the Discord. If you could try becoming a member. And even if you know, like, I don't know, you could not be a member, you could leave right away. But I just want to know if this is happening like on a mass scale, like if it's happening to everybody. As a matter of fact, I think I started the server just like, I don't know, maybe 2 months ago. I'd say at most, at best, and we're already at like 1,000 members, which I think is pretty good. I mean, I'm no Discord, you know, I'm kind of a noob at Discord, but I think that's pretty good. This guy says Godzillanator verse Marvel Future Fight. Each show could be Godzillanator versus Mephisto or Null. I don't know. Okay. All right. So enough of the shenanigans here. But yeah. So this guy, Josh Yoss, he says that it's not letting him join the Discord server. So more than one person has mentioned this, and I want to know if this is, like I said, happening on a mass scale or not. So let's jump into this video because I got some things in store for you today. Yeah, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be testing some characters that are on this tier 3 selector, because I'm going to be coming out with my video, right? If you remember, I said, you know, right when we got the tier 3 selector, that I'm going to be doing thorough testing with all these characters to really see who's going to be the best for you, because I have them all except a couple of relevant ones. I don't have Ant-Man or Black Panther, but I don't know, I'll probably use my tier 3 selector on one of them. I'm not sure who yet. Let me know who you think I should use it on. Either one of them is probably a loss. Okay, so yeah, I know some other creators have done this testing just recently, but you know, I got to do it. A lot of people asking me to do it, and I think my tests are pretty thorough. Not to light my own fire. So the thing is this with it, because you know, we all know what's happening with Rage and Pierce, right? And some of these characters have rage, like Ghost Rider has rage and Venom has rage. And we're going to be testing, let's see, Thor, Ghost Rider, Venom, Black Bolt, and Iron Man. We're going to be testing those 5 characters. And Iron Man and Black Bolt both have mighty energies. Thor has a judgment. Venom has, here we go, okay. Venom has a rage. Ghost Rider has a rage. Thor has a judgment. Black Bolt is over here along with Iron Man. So Black Bolt has a mighty energy, and then Iron Man has a mighty energy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to give Ghost Rider, yeah, check this out. Call me crazy. I'm gonna give Ghost Rider and Thor both mighty judgments. I went ahead and I forged another one, and I was trying to get all attack on it, but man, I'm telling you, I cannot roll these things for the life of me. They're so bad. I went ahead and I dropped, like, I don't know, 70,000 tokens in the dimension shop, and I got nothing. I got a couple with the max proc, right, with the max judgment proc, but nothing really juicy or spicy. I think the best I got was this. This was the best that I got. So, you know, they need to do something about that. We all should write tickets to them to support and say, you need to increase the chances of getting, you know, CTPs with the max proc, especially judgments. And if enough of us do it, then they got to bend on it, right? They got to go in, change some code, and help us out. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give Thor and Ghost Rider both mighty judgments. You already know what time it is, guys. It's time for the Sneaky Bandit to do his thing and to tell you a little story about how, in my opinion anyways, according to the Sneaky Bandit, the verdict is still out whether or not, in terms of this testing going into Null, because Null is universal, if the effect on these judgments that I put on Thor and Ghost Rider are actually making any bit of a difference in terms of the damage when it comes to Null. For Mephisto, it certainly would, if the effect is just enhancing this effect right here, the increased damage to combat, blast, and speed for universals, or whatever type that you are, increasing the damage to the type that they increase damage to. So take that into consideration. I'll be doing testing on this very soon. It just seems like one video takes priority over the next every single day. I can't get to it, but you better believe we'll get to it sooner or later. All right, Sneaky Bandit out. Enjoy your broadcast. Because I think it's only fair, right? They're not going to be on the same level as Black Bolt or Iron Man. Now, the builds do fluctuate a little bit. They do fluctuate because Iron Man has 8 Odin's Blessings. Now, I definitely want to, I'll probably go ahead. Iron Man, I think he's worth it. He's worth, building up. Especially, because I have a lot of other characters who aren't as good as Iron Man built up. And then Black Bolt, basically Black Bolt and Iron Man kind of have the same build. Maybe I'll go what's his, okay, so he has stage 8. I'll probably at least get this to stage 9. And then in terms of Ghost Rider and Thor, their builds are a little bit better. Ghost Rider has basically, close to a max out build. He has 18 Odin's Blessings. He has a fully awakened ISO 8 set. All of them have mythic uniforms, by the way. And then Thor, he's got 14 Odin's Blessings and a stage 11. So, they're not completely equal. And then Venom, I feel bad for Venom because he's gonna kind of get the shaft in a way, because like I said, we all know what's happening in World Boss Legend with Pierce, and he really can't work with any. I mean, I guess he could work with energy, but you're going to use him for ABX, right? I would imagine you're going to use him for ABX, or you're going to want to rage on this guy. So depending on how much Pierce you have on cards, that's going to really affect his performance compared to these other characters. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to see, what the difference is, and then, you can take the results from my testing and then just kind of, basically make the judgment call on how much Pierce you have on cards, and that's going to put these characters in a certain box for you. But Venom actually has a very good build. He has 16 Odin's Blessings, fully awakened Ice Weight set, and a Rage, Mythic Uniform. Yes, you know, I do use this guy for ABX, and he's ABX meta. So if you're looking to, you know, up your ABX score, you know, he might be your guy without even looking at these other characters. I mean, thing is, you know, Ghost Rider's used for ABX as well, but he's going to score more with Rage as well. I think the difference in my score was about 300,000 points with a regular Judgment. Now for ABX, you know, I still haven't done the testing myself in terms of, like, you know, if the type, if this effect, the type amplification, if it does anything for ABX. I can't say that for certain because I never tested it out yet. I'll be doing this test very soon, so stay tuned for that for sure. So let me go ahead. Let me swap these CTPs here. I'm going to swap the Rage, this Rage, and Thor's Judgment for Mighty Judgments on both of them, and then let's get to cracking. All right, ladies and gentlemen, quickly let's run through this here. Okay, so I went ahead. I gave Ghost Rider a Mighty Judgment, and Thor as well. Gave them both Mighty Judgments. Verdict's still out. I think the Sneaky Bandit covered it. That we don't know if this effect is actually going to increase damage to Null or not. And okay, start from the top. Venom. He's got 16 Odin's Blessings. He's got a Stage 12 Power of Angry Hawk, and he has a Rage. All of them have Mythic Uniforms, by the way. Iron Man, he has 9 Odin's Blessings. I ranked it up to Stage 9, his Power of Angry Hulk, and then he has a Mighty Energy with 5% beatdown. Black Bolt, he's got 8 Odin's Blessings, Stage 9 with a Mighty Energy, 5% beatdown. And then Ghost Rider, he has 18 Odin's Blessings, Stage 12, Mighty Judgment. And then Thor, 14 Odin's Blessings, Stage 11 with Mighty Judgment. So the builds aren't too far apart. They're in the same ballpark. Okay, now here's the thing with doing this test. I think doing these tests for Null is a better place to do it because you don't have to really worry about, you know, dying so much and avoiding the attacks from Mephisto. I feel like you're you know, it could just be more of a pain for actually doing the test there, and because of the requirements, I'm gonna have to do this on stage 14 to actually use all the characters on the same exact stage. Every character except Thor I could use here on 19, and then every character except Iron Man I could use on 20. Otherwise, I would do the test there. So that's just how we got to do it, guys. So let's rock and roll. All right, here we go, running Ghost Rider. Running him again. I feel like he could do that a little bit faster. He just clocked in at 418. But, you know, some of the times are just good. They're going to depend on, you know, just how lucky you're getting with the mechanics of Null and all that, right? That's right, I have SFX on. Because I was playing Mephisto and Sharon Rogers. She does more damage with SFX on, by the way. So I'll have to swap those off. I don't think it's really going to affect Ghost Rider at this point. Okay, so 426 for Mr. Ghost Rider. That seems a bit more accurate. He flew through that. All right, and here we go with our guy Black Bolt. We're giving them all the ignore dodge lead with the same strikers just to keep things fair. I know he has his own lead that it's a pretty good lead for himself, but this is just the way we're going to do the test here. And we definitely landed that proc. Okay. He's not, we must be like just shy on the trigger in the symbiote phase, the Clean Tower Cage. But we got it there. No avoiding that. No way, Jose. Okay, you gotta run around just for a second. And 3, 5, 4. Boom. We get a proc. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, we're definitely gonna trigger it here. And we're gonna I don't know. Is there, man, Deathlock? He's terrible, man. He always loves to come on the field right when you don't want him to. And I mean, what is he actually doing for you anyways? So this guy, he's definitely slower than, wow. Okay. Come on, charge it up, there we go. Alright, he should be done here. Should be a done deal. Done deal, done deal. Boom, done deal. Okay, just got him. Just got him. So 350 for our guy Black Bolt. Who's going to be next? Alright, and here we go. We're going to run Venom next. I know Venom has ignore dodge on his skills, but like I said, we're keeping it even across the board, because if I switch things up, I know somebody out there is going to, you know, be shooting arrows at me. Venom's going to struggle. I have a feeling he's going to be he's going to take the longest, maybe. I don't know. He could surprise me. And I'm going to run him how I run ABX. I'm going to cancel his tier 3 right away. So like right here, cancel tier 3 because of the accumulations on his tier 3. So I don't know. Did we lose some damage there? Just honestly, here's the thing with him. I wouldn't expect him to be a player in the game for any world boss content. I mean, sure, yeah, he can do it. Like, you know, he's getting through this, but he's not going to be as good as others. He's just not. I hate how the accumulation comes right now, because you actually don't want to use it right. Like, you'd want to use it like right now, and then, you know, right at the beginning of the proc, because you don't have it for all that long. Okay, come on, come on, come on, come on. Wake up, man. Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey. There we go. He should be done here. Okay. 342. 342 for our guy Venom. Yep. Okay. Okay. Let's bring in the next contestant, friends. All right, here we go. On to Mr. Thor, our new horse in town, our new horse in the race. Let's see if he can beat... I'm quite confident he's going to beat Black Bolt and Venom. Maybe not Ghost Rider. And honestly, I'm not sure if charging that up makes any bit of difference at this point. Okay, so I'm going to wait for this 4 here. Can we trigger that next phase? Yes, that's exactly what we want to do. Very nice, very nice. Okay. They probably want to hit this about... There we go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Wallow with those bars fly. There we go. Okay, so 412 for Thor. That's not too bad. Not too shabby for Thor. All right, who do we have? Oh, last but not least, Mr. Iron Man. Can he beat them all? Can he beat everyone, including Ghost Rider? I don't know, guys. Let's find out. All right, up next is our boy Superior Iron Man, the new kid in town. I think he's gonna impress us. Do I think he's gonna be faster than Ghost Rider? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Ghost Rider's time was uber fast. And here's the other thing. I think if you had little to no Pierce on cards, a Rage is going to be better for this guy. But, wow, look at all those. How many bars was that? How many bars was that? That was a lot of bars. That was a lot. It's a lot. It's a spicy meatball. I probably don't even have to do his tier 3 to get him down, right? But we'll just do it anyways. Wow, okay. Whoa. 419. 419 for this dude. Man, he is he's on Ghost Rider's heels. He's on Ghost Rider's heels. Ghost Rider does have a bit better of a build. So if the builds were exactly the same, I think they would probably clock in at about the same time, right? Ghost Rider was 426. He's 419. It'd speed him up 7 seconds. But here's the thing. Iron Man's value increases, right? You know, as the match goes on. Once the boss gets below 30% HP, then his damage is going to increase. Now, is that going to be enough to actually to beat Ghost Rider? I don't know. I think the only true test is if we do a whole run with them. Let's do it. Let's do a whole run. I know it's gonna make the video a little bit longer, but we'll do it on this stage. The whole run shouldn't actually take all that long. As a matter of fact, I'll just continue this run here. Let's let's just do it, and then I'll bring Ghost Rider back in, and I'll do a whole run with him, right? Because they're the two top dogs here, the two top dogs, and I think we should do it. Let's rock and roll. Okay, so I don't want to die. Honestly, I haven't played Null in so long, so you know I think Iron Man's fast enough to avoid this. Otherwise, typically I switch characters here. So yeah, he's fast enough. Yeah, we got that problem. We got that problem. I swear, if I die and I got to do this again. Oh, we missed the proc. We missed the proc. See, that's the thing. It's gonna be. That's gonna influence his time a little bit, but we'll let it rock, guys. We'll let it rock. I don't want to have to run this again here. We got him down right here. It's not gonna you know affect his time that much. What, like 6-7 seconds maybe? Just the time that it took for those guys. Yeah, and that's the thing. Playing with an energy, he could. We definitely got the proc there. Definitely got the proc there. And he can move out of your targeting range. Nice. Yeah, you could tell his damage is increasing. I can't attack here. I mean, I could try, but I think I would just be wasting. The window just wasn't. It just wasn't enough. So, I mean, this should be easy pickings here. I'm just going to do a regular rotation, save his tier 3. Did we not get the... No, we got the proc. We got the proc. Yeah, he's done. I wonder, can I just use his tier 3? Can I bust him down right here? Can I just do, like, this? Oh, whoa, buddy. Whoa, buddy. It's alright, we'll just wait for Thor here. Okay, you're a done deal. You're a done deal. So 224. 224 is where he's. I mean that's pretty fast. Now you know my gameplay, right? We missed the one proc, and you know it could be a little bit faster. It could be a little bit faster. But is any run gonna be you know a perfect run every time? Not really. Not really. So I think that's pretty accurate. 224 for our boy Iron Man. Let's bring Ghost Rider in here now. Alright, here we go with our boy Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider. Can he beat Iron Man? Can he? You could totally tell Iron Man's damage, the increase in it, right? Once he got down to a certain point, it was like, man, he was just touching them, and those bars were just flying, right? It was pretty amazing. So Iron Man, like he is 100%. He's a player in the game now. He is definitely a player in the game. But Ghost Rider is also a player in the game. I mean, look at those bars flying, man. Yeah, if we can get a proc. So he's a little bit slower than he was, right? He was 426 that other run, so his potential is you know a little bit faster. Wow, yeah, man, Ghost Rider is so strong. I don't know, man. I think Ghost Rider might take it. He might just take it. We'll see. Come on, tag. 1, 2, 3, boom. I'm just gonna hit this now. Just because. Pretty sure I could hit him with the 3 there, but I'm just gonna play it safe. I don't want to have to restart this, but if you wanted to be like super aggressive, Oh my, get away from me, those stupid. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Yeah, if you want to be super aggressive, you could totally do that. That's a thing you could totally do. He's very strong. He is very, very strong. So I'm pretty sure I could probably just kill him here, right? Let's see. Got him. I almost died though. So 259. Okay. So Ghost Rider, he beat him. He beat him by a significant amount. Iron Man with 224. Even if I hit that one proc, right? That tier 3 that I missed from 30 to 22. Even if I hit that, I don't think he would have beat him. I mean that's just too much of a gap. But I mean, it's not to discount Iron Man. Iron Man he's very good. He's very good, and he's really fun to play. Like I'm loving his new uniform, and he's definitely worth getting. I think you couldn't go wrong either way. Now you have to decide on other value, right? Like say you didn't have either of them. I mean, I would get both of them regardless. Like those would definitely be two characters that I'd be working towards getting. Ghost Rider's going to bring more value for ABX. He's ABX meta. But, you know, if you have Pierce on cards, he's a lot worse with a Rage for World Boss Legend. His time went up by a lot because I actually brought him in with the Rage, and just for like a future video, and I did a run with him, and his time increased by a lot. So if you want him to be a viable, you know, contender, I mean, he could still do World Boss Legend with the Rage, but he's far better with the Judgment, far better. And, you know, but he's going to be better for ABX with the Rage by about, on my account, it was 300,000 points. So, in any case, guys, so we have Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider takes he takes the cake. He's wearing the crown. But, you know, his build is a bit better than Iron Man's. If their builds were the same, I still think Iron Man would just be a little bit slower. But obviously, it would shorten the gap. Iron Man came in next, right? And then Thor was they were kind of like neck and neck, but here's the thing with Thor, his damage doesn't increase as the fight goes on, right? So that's something to consider. But Thor's a universal, right, along with Ghost Rider, and I feel like universals just have more flexibility in the game. Ghost Rider is actually, he's a counter to Mephisto in Alliance Conquest, and Ghost Rider is actually really good. If he starts off the match and he does 5, like, man, it's over. It's over for me. He can kill metas with it. Like, they're a done deal. But he doesn't always start the match with 5, right? If only they gave us the option to actually program their skills, right? For, like, you know, the AI and what skills they should do, what skills they should prioritize. Like, if 5's off cooldown, do 5 before, you know, 4 or 2 or whatever. Don't just do 1. Like, it's so annoying. My Malcolm, man, he'll do 1 the whole entire match. The whole entire match. He was fighting a Richard Rider. It timed out because my Malcolm was just doing 1 over and over again. It was ridiculous. But we have Venom. Venom's ABX, right? He's ABX meta, but his time was the slowest. And, you know, and then Black Bolt above him. So, you know, you got to make that decision for yourself. I don't know who you have already. But what I'll do is I'll do this because I plan on doing it anyways. I'm going to do a detailed tier 3 selector video and talk about each of these characters individually. I have a couple more tests to run before that. So yeah, I'll be coming with that, guys. I'll be coming with that. So you better stay tuned. You stay breezy, but most of all, friend, you stay safe out there now. Peace.